It should have been a cakewalk. When you love heisting as much as I love heist films, this mini-sode should have been the obvious target. You really only need 2 people for the job. Not just any 2 nobody Joe Schmoes. You need folks who are in the know, you know? David Getty, a master in Foley, films, and fast cars. Ethan Harris, a dashing deviant who is both daring and delectable. Are they protagonists? Antagonists? Was the system rigged against them, or have they always been the ones rigging the system in the first place? Neither. This isn't that kind of story. This isn't that kind of heist. In fact, you could say it's not even a heist at all, but rather a list of our top 5 heist movies. That's what it is. It's the anniversary of Heat, so yeah, we're doing heist films. Heist films, baby! Bam! Hey, David.
Sorry. I was listening to it. I was listening to the song. It's a good song. It's a groovy fucking song right there. Hey, we're doing heist movies.
I figured we'd do kind of like a smooth planning. You know, I don't know. That felt very heisty.
Honestly, I didn't even know who was talking for a minute. I was like,
who's this? Is this Danny Ocean? Is that Daniel Ocean?
Yeah.
It's me, Derek C.
I like heist movies. Heist movies are fucking cool.
I love heist movies.
Dude, right?
What's your fifth favorite heist movie?
So my 5th favorite heist film, I also believe is my most recent heist film on my list.
Ooh.
It's from a director we both love, who's, I think, made 2 movies. It's a movie we've talked about several times, or at least I have, and that is American Animals.
Ooh, a great pick, great pick.
Yes, it is. It is also the only movie on my list based on a true story about 4 college kids who decide to rob a library and steal some books.
Riveting.
Right?
It should have been a cakewalk. That plan
really
was
good,
simple.
really good.
Get a library card. Change a scarf.
Put on a mustache. Go in, take some books, big books, really big books,
thick books,
and yeah, watch things go horribly right. It's a film that loves to plan the heist and then watch the heist not go to plan.
No, not at all.
Which is
but not in your typical event way. It's not like, oh no, the alarm's going off. What are we gonna do? It's more like, hey, are we morally good here? Hold up. Hey, boys, are we good?
It's like a movie where before the heist, they act like people you see in heist movies, and then when the heist starts, you realize they're not the people who are in heist movies.
No.
They're kids who don't know what they're doing and are way over their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this movie a lot. Really, really good. Love the fucking poster.
I also like heist movies about people that are not ready to be in heists. And that's why I picked Widows, the Steve McQueen film.
Nice, yes.
Essentially, you have at the start of it, you meet a couple of people that are married to professional heisters, right? That plan everything out meticulously. That, really should never have a job go wrong, except the last job went bad. Real bad. Like everyone's dead bad. And there's so many different moving parts in this, and they all want money. Some of them just want to survive. And so you get all of these widows together to finish the last job that was in the notebook. And Steve McQueen knows how to make very intense heist sequences. Let alone the actual really, really good planning that they do in this. Things like weight training to know that you'd be able to carry as much cash as you need to. Like some of those kind of planning sequences are just, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of things be that meticulous with some of hey, unless you actually do this all the time, you will not know how to do this.
Yeah.
I loved it. Widows is fantastic.
I also loved it. I felt really bad leaving it off my list. I wanted to put it on. It
was stolen away.
It was. My number 4 is a Spike Lee joint feel like I probably gave it away. Probably his only heist film, Inside Man, starring Denzel Washington and Clive Owen.
You could argue Da Five Bloods is a heist film.
Ah, damn, true. It's a scavenger hunt movie.
I don't think you can argue that.
Clive Owen, Jodie Foster, and Christopher Plummer. About a group of bank robbers who go in, rob a bank, stay the night, talk to some negotiators, and maybe rob a few Nazis. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just casual things.
Yeah. They order pizza. They eat some pizza. There's a PSP.
Just boys being boys.
Shout out to the PSP.
True, actually.
This
shout
when
out
I
PSP.
was. I know, right? When I was younger, this used to be like one of my most rewatched movies. I love it. I used to be able to quote the opening Clive Owen monologue, which I'm still really big fan of. There's a few things that I don't.
It should have been a cakewalk. When you love heisting as much as I love heist films, this mini-sode.
There's a few things I don't love about this movie now, like the interrogation scenes. I don't like how that's filmed, but still overall, I think this is as a heist film, a necessary heist film to watch, since it is literally all heist. It's all heist. All heist, no
dice.
Cake. Damn it. Fuck.
I'm very happy that you have it on your list, because it's not on mine.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very good. I love it. I haven't watched it in a while though, because I too watched it when I was a young boy.
A young chap.
It was right after Rugrats for me. I wanted to do a movie that has not as much actual heisting in it, because your main character is not a heist man. He's instead a getaway driver. And
damn, yes.
This could have been two different movies. All right.
Oh shit! Wait a second. I still don't know.
There are two different ones it could have been. For me, I went with the one that had more interesting planning stuff in it, even if I like the other one a little bit more. So the one I like a little bit more is Drive, but the one I went with is Baby Driver, because you get to see some more of the planning. Okay. You also get to see like more interesting glimpses of the actual heist in progress. Baby Driver is the Edgar Wright film, all about a getaway driver who uses music to kind of like time everything. So this is a very fast-paced, very rhythmic, very enjoyable kind of pace and tone to it. This is very much like what you would like. This is a fun heist movie. And I felt like I wanted to do this rather than Drive, just because I also had Widows, which is very much a like dark heist movie that like kind of shows the brutality of all the crime. Whereas this one is a lot more like fun and nice and great. Wow.
That's really great.
Thanks.
Really pleased. I'm not gonna lie, for a second I wasn't sure which one was on your list from your setup of it.
Right.
But I'm pleased with your pick. Both of those films,
and
great heist films.
I gave the shout out to the other one too, so technically
I know. I was really pleased with that. There's when I was making this list, I was like, oh my god, there's so many that I'm not gonna be able to include that like kill me, because I like so many. Like if you look at my top 50, which is a private list, so you can't actually look at it unless you hacked my account. There's so many heist movies on there. I'm like, shit, I don't know what to do. My third heist film is a movie that doesn't really show you too much of the heist. Maybe like a handful of minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If Inside Man is a movie that shows you all heist, this is a movie that shows you almost no heist, and that is Reservoir Dogs, the Quentin Tarantino directorial writing debut.
Post heist.
Almost all post heist. Good amount of pre heist as well. A little bit of dinner, a little bit maybe brunch actually. A little bit
talking
of,
about a tip.
Conversations
about tipping.
Yeah. I love this movie. This is a movie all about talking and sitting and conversing. Between a bunch of heist people, robbers, criminals. One cop.
Just boys. Boys being boys.
Boys being boys. I really like this movie. Really good heist film. Even though you don't really see the heist. Ethan.
Hello.
What's number 3? Give me that number 3.
David. I don't think normally I would have put this film on here, but I was thinking about it recently because of another one of our mini episodes. And
Okay.
I remember how much I loved it. And I gotta give big ups to the 2009 film Fantastic Mr. Fox. An unconventional
Damn, you know
heist
what?
film.
I knew this was going to be on your list. I knew it.
It's because we
I
just
knew
talked
it.
about it.
I know.
Yeah, so this is based on the Roald Dahl book. It's directed by Wes Anderson. You have a heist staple, George Clooney, basically going in to steal a bunch of the harvest from the local farm. And, you know, they have to kind of use their animal craftiness while still getting the kind of Wes Anderson niche planning. Like, if there's anything that Wes Anderson is good at, it's setting things up in a very interesting and appealing way, and he does that fantastically in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Nice.
Yee.
Love the pick. Really, really pleased with the pick. One for all ages. One that I saw, which is also my first R-rated movie I ever saw.
Ooh.
Fun little fact. One that also secretly is almost always my pick for my favorite Christmas film. That's Die Hard. It's also a really good heist film. All about Hans Gruber and some other
Trying to steal Christmas.
trying to steal some bonds from the Nakatomi Plaza. You got Bruce Willis as John McClane. You got Reginald Vell Johnson as Sergeant Al Powell, and you got Bonnie Bedelia as Holly Gennaro McClane. I love this movie. This movie has a very special spot in my heart. It's also just a really good fucking movie. I also have the Funko Pop of Hans Gruber, because Hans Gruber, great character, really really good character. Not the best heist man.
No,
but he almost got away with it.
if it wasn't for those rascally Bruce Willises.
This is a movie that's surprisingly similar to... God, this is such a weird comparison. Similar to how Steve McQueen depicts things that you normally wouldn't think about, like carrying weight when doing a heist. This is one where you know, you have John McClane dealing with just having taken his shoes off and what it's like to be in an action movie without shoes. And like what that does. Like when there's broken glass everywhere and you step on some glass and you fuck up your feet. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also like jumping off rooftops and shit. It's really cool. I like this movie. This movie's awesome. Ethan, give me number 2.
Now, number 2 is really interesting because I know a lot of its
number
influence.
3 was really interesting.
I think my whole list is interesting. I think I'm good at making lists.
Your list is really good.
This film, I'm just going to list you some names. I want to see if you know it.
Yeah, give me
All
some
right.
names.
Turk, Livingston,
Okay.
Reuben, Virgil,
Oh.
Frank, Saul, Tess, Linus. Any guesses as to who these boys are?
I do not have a guess.
What if I said the name Terry Benedict?
Nope.
What about
Should that have been a giveaway?
Danny Ocean?
Oh, nice.
We
Oh, yeah.
talking Ocean's 11, baby.
Why did I know this was gonna end up on your list? Not just because of the intro.
Well, because
You love this movie.
Yeah, I love Ocean's
You love
11.
the Ocean's movie.
I've seen all of them, including the original. And the original kind of slow, but has some kind of cool night vision stuff, which is interesting.
Weird.
It's worth a watch. I adore this film. It is such a star-studded cast, and they joke about that. You know, you'll have a scene with Brad Pitt and George Clooney walking out of an underground poker tournament and have a whole bunch of paparazzi there to stop and take pictures of Topher Grace as they just walk away. It's just so funny to me. But you also have a really, really interesting cast of characters coming in that all play very different roles as they attempt to do very elaborate heists off of the bastard man Terry Benedict. who's just Andy Garcia. That's it.
Solid pick. Oh,
Any heist film with Elliot Gould is a perfect heist film. That's what I'll say.
is that a fact?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it to you. Ethan,
Hi.
my number one.
Do you not like Ocean's 11?
I love Ocean's 11. Big fan. Didn't make my list.
What?
Are you actually surprised?
Yeah.
Were you expecting that to be my number one?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I would have jumped in sooner and been like, hey, that's my number one. My number one is the movie that is celebrating its anniversary. Heat, the Michael Mann flick with Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. I love this film.
And Val Kilmer.
This is just... Yeah, Val Kilmer's also there. This is just, in my mind, the definitive heist movie. It shows you sides from both the criminals and the police officers. Sorry. Let that one stick for a second. It shows... really
That's
good flick.
redundant,
Robert De Niro... I know. Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, top of their games. Al Pacino, he gets to the top just before he starts going over, being too much, and kisses the top, and then just floats right back down. He's perfect. The scenes between him and Robert De Niro at dinner are just definitive top tier acting scenes between two actors. If you watch there was the short for Heat, LA Takedown. Actually, it wasn't a short, it was a full feature film, but it was the movie that inspired Heat. If you watch that scene played by two actors who aren't Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, it's a very mediocre scene, and then you watch the actual scene and it's oh, this is what top-notch actors can do to some dialogue. It's really good. I love this movie. Ethan,
Hello.
give me that number one. Is it another Ocean's flick?
Now, you would think so, because it follows a lot of the same beats as Ocean's 11, but it is Rafifi. The jazziest, coolest fucking French heist film I've ever seen. So, the plot of it is so similar to Ocean's 11 for the start. So, after a 5-year stretch coming out of jail, you meet a jewel thief who realizes that his old love is now with a different corrupt casino owner. But instead, they're doing a jewelry heist, and they're going all out. The planning in this is so good. You have a whole sequence where they practice what would set off all the alarms in there by setting off the alarms. Not at the actual store, but kind of in their own little basement with the actual alarm.
Right. Yeah.
And just seeing them figure everything out to then seeing them actually perform the heist is just insanely enjoyable. It is a heist that just getting into the room with the vault takes a few hours because of how they have to do it just to get in the room.
Wait, of actual viewing time, or
No.
in movie time?
In the time of the film, not in
Okay.
time.
I was like, holy shit, how long is this movie?
It features a 30-minute heist sequence with no music.
Damn.
Which, for 1955, having a heist scene with no music is not expected. It is not one take, but it is one sequence, and there's no music with it, so every single second is so tense. There's a part where they have to push a safe down, and they need to get it at a, kind of an exact angle, so they have all these wood blocks, and it takes all of them to kind of slowly get it to the right position, but they can't move it too much or else more alarms will go off. At one point you see one of the guy puts it on his back to hold the weight, and there's I swear to God, I thought this man was going to get crushed. Here's the thing. This heist film has everything that was in a lot of the other heist films we talked about, except maybe Fantastic Mr. Fox, because that one is about animals. But you have the deadly outcomes of a heist gone wrong. You have the meticulous planning of people who know what they're doing. You have very stressful sequences. You have a good handful of misogyny that does not age well, but we're just going to kind of skirt past that a little bit. It's so good. David, you would love Rafifi.
I gotta watch.
It is so good.
Is it more fun than Ocean's 11?
I don't know. I think Rafifi is a better movie, but I also have just loved Ocean's 11 for so long.
Yeah.
That it has such a warm place in mine. Like, I love all the Ocean's movies, even I like Ocean's 8 I really liked. I loved Ocean's 13. I loved Ocean's 12. I even went back and watched the original Ocean's 11 with Frank Sinatra.
Is that good?
It's
Sorry,
interesting.
this is off topic.
It's interesting.
Okay.
It's worth a watch, I would say.
Damn. What a nice little list you got there.
Well, David, we've reached the end of our heist movies. Here we are at front of the Bellagio at the fountains. The fountains at the Bellagio. Because this is the end of Ocean's 11. They're outside of the Bellagio and Claire de Lune is, so we're doing Claire de Lune is the bit. I hope that list stole your breath away when you walked in. So beautiful.
It did. It really did.
I didn't really plan the outro as much as I planned the intro.
So,
if you liked our mini episode, give us a like. Comment your favorite heist film. Comment which did you think the balloons part in Ocean's 11 was good? Where they got in a little fight that like the balloons went to the camera?
a little questionable. Almost as good as like the hang glider scene from one of the other Oceans.
Do you think it was bad of us to not include an honorable shout out to the laser dance sequence from Ocean's 12? Yeah, true. Let us know in the comments.
Crime. Hey, yeah.
Well, that's the end of the episode. Look ahead of you. There are 2 vaults. One of the vaults has more reviews and snippets. The other vault has more mini episodes. You have to pick carefully unless you want to go for the real treasure, which is that sparkling diamond right in the middle. Grab it now and subscribe. I'll always love you, Danny Ocean.
This is beautiful. This is a really nice song.
Yeah, dude, fucking Debussy?
The what?
Huh?